Dear students, today we will discuss another module in database system, that is database management systems. So to understand the concept of database management system, we will discuss the database application layers. A typical database application involves multiple software layers, which we will group into two major layers. One is the application layer and the next is the database management layer. So let's have this pictorially. So user is available over here and user want to access this actual database. So you know that all of the data will be stored in the memory that has addresses. So user is not going to access this actual database directly. So this actual database is accessed by database management system. And one of the database management system is, for example, SQL Server. You might have worked with Access, which comes in Microsoft Toolkit. So all of these are known as database management systems. So they have access to actual database, and user is interacting with the application software for which he or she is building software, for example, web pages or some interface, and that interface is communicating with the database management system. So database seen in terms of the application by the users, database seen in terms of database model by the application software, and database seen in its actual organization by the database management system. So why we need such a layered approach? So first of all, we need the abstraction. User should not be involved to think and to understand and to conceptualize that how actually the data is stored within the database. So that is the responsibility of database management system. And application software need not to worry whether data is stored at one place or multiple places by the database management systems over the network. So for example, that is a distributed database, something like this. So that is the concern of database management system. User is interacting with its application, and then you can control writes and role managements as we discussed using schema and sub-schema. So those schemas and sub-schemas can be made within the database management systems. And then data is independent. So for example, you have made an application that is going to access the data of student. So if your application is directly communicating with the RAM or with the actual storage of data, then if there is any change within the data, so there need to be change in your application. So we need to change some of the code, some of the variables in your application. So here the data is independently stored, that is monitored and controlled by database management system, and that is being communicated with the application layer, and user is communicating with that application layer. So let's summarize today's module. We have learned about database management systems. We have seen that database application layers have certain advantages and then connected with database management system, and then that management system, database management system, is concentrating and connecting with the actual database. And we have seen the advantages of separating application software and database.